Cristiano Ronaldo's side find themselves 6 points off the pace with nearly a quarter of the season gone now. Goff, one of the best referees in the business, will take it. And the Salem Al-Dawsawi is 40. And the man who needs no introduction, Cristiano Ronaldo, in his third season now, the side he lines up against this evening. One of many fascinating games. A couple of weeks ago, factors we have at play here. Couple of changes for the champions Al-Hilal from there. Al-Shankiti comes in on the Moroccan Bono. Paul Robinson, Park. Paul, well, this is huge for many reasons.
It was huge last night, wasn't it, when we were in Jeddah, the Jeddah derby. We come over to stand in the way and lead the way. Eyes on winning trophies and silverware in Saudi Arabia.
48 years of this league now, between history of the Saudi Pro League. Al-Nassr and Al-Hilal, they've won 28 of those titles. The current champions. They've won 4 of the last, all the way back in 2019. And although it is early days, the derby in Jeddah last night. Crescent Moon look well on course for another. The atmosphere crackles as we wait for kickoff. It looks like the home side will get us underway. 2,500 Al-Hilal fans clad in blue away to our right-hand side, adding to what is a fabulous atmosphere inside this compact and hugely atmospheric stadium. Well, the question remains, who can stop them? Just who can stop them? Last year, Al-Nassr were the closest, but even they ended 8 games into the new season, and already they trail by 6. Al-Nassr in yellow get us underway, and Talisca.
Oh, they want to start well. They want to here at home tonight. Al-Nassr forward thinking immediately from the kickoff. You can Stefano Pioli will want from his team tonight a high press. They want to show an intent, and they'll look to win this game this evening. I don't think a draw's enough for them tonight.
Well, the last time they met in the league on this ground was towards the end of last season. Al-Hilal had effectively already taken care of business with the title. They scored very early on in that one, did Al-Nassr, in the first minute. Otavio, who plays it into Talisca. Early chance! Early goal! Lift off in the dark! Talisca raises the roof with a fine finish on the clock. And Al-Nassr ahead against the champions. And barely a minute.
Cristiano Ronaldo on the halfway line. Really clever, intelligent. He's just lifted off the stadium for the home support. And you can see touch by Talisca. It's that first touch with his left foot. Takes it around the defender. Nothing the goalkeeper can do. It's a brilliant finish into the empty bottom right-hand corner. What a start for Cristiano Ronaldo and Al-Nassr.
Well, in terms of an early goal, we were just saying it's... Now Al-Nassr have to do what they failed to do last season, controversially denied. They couldn't get a second, and although they held on to the 100th minute of the match, they finished 1-1. Home side seeking another chance for Mohamed Al-Qahtani to try and bring it out for Al. They're really up for this one, aren't they, Paul?
Well, you can see they've started really quickly. Al-Nassr, Stefano Pioli sent his team out with real intent, pressing high, forward thinking. Cristiano Ronaldo was instrumental in the build-up to that. Single one of these Al-Nassr players are tuned in from the start. They're really up for this game tonight.
Simikan dispossessed, but Simikan fouled. That in terms of their Saudi Pro League season, it rests on tonight. I don't think many people dropped just 6 points, and currently they're 6 points off. I don't think that you could make a case.
Not just for Al-Nassr, but for the other teams at the top of the Saudi Pro League as well. Because if Al-Hilal win this, you can only see one result going forward for the rest of the season.
Otavio finding a pocket of space. Now can he find a yellow shirt? He's found Mané down the Al-Nassr left. Ronaldo in support behind him.
They come from a goal down, they come from behind, and they win games. That's what him and his team do. That's why they won't panic though. Al-Hilal, how many times have they been in this? He's been in stewardship of this side.
spells in charge, just one league defeat in 59 matches, an astonishing record. 51 wins during that time.
It's incredible, isn't it? To think of that, 59 league games with only one defeat. That's some record.
44 games unbeaten in the Saudi Pro League. Mané wanted a corner. I don't think he's going to get it. At Bayern Munich and at Barcelona. Malcolm is away here for Al-Hilal. Mitrović in the middle. Fine save by Bento, and Simikan can prod it away. Here's the big serve in the midfield. Milinković-Savić. In by Al-Khatani. Will look for Mitrović.
Does really well there, Bento. Malcolm gets all the freedom in the box. He cuts inside onto his favoured left
and heads it out of play.
Bento doesn't have to do a lot, but he stands up and he gets his angles right. His perception, depth perception to his line from right hand.
Held in by Renan Lodi, on by Milinković-Savić. Getting to grips with his first season in the Russian Saudi Pro League. Bento, Brazilian international. Simikan, who has really hit the ground running, the young Frenchman, since he arrived in this league at the start of the season. Laporte, real boost to have him fit for this one. Had his injury scare recently that saw him miss out, but was able to play in the week, and he plays again here this evening in the big one. Al-Ghanam is there, inviting across the face of goal. And they'll have to settle for a corner, but he was fuming.
Well, they're really unsettled, Al-Hilal, this early on in the game. Al-Nassr started really well. Lodi there is expecting his goalkeeper to come. He puts his right arm up, puts his arms out, but he doesn't. Al-Ghanam gets in behind, flashes it across the front of the 6-yard box. There's no Al-Nassr play.
Really good corner. Talisca got a glance.
This Al-Hilal defence, they're really unsettled.
Anything more than it could have been 2-0.
Rotations going on in the back of... It's settled the way that Al-Nassr have started this game, put the pressure on them, got the goal and had two really good. The cross from Al-Ghanam, the free header there from Talisca should have...
As well as all the other elements that we've touched on already that go into this contest, Al-Nassr haven't managed to beat Al-Hilal in any of their last 5 league attempts. It's been frustration after frustration. Pretty much every competition they played in last season, Al-Hilal got the better of them, whether it was the Super Cup, the King's Cup, and of course the Saudi Pro League. Just the pre-season tournament, the Arab Club Cup. Al-Nassr came out on top. And the exertions of doing that meant that they lost their first 2 Saudi Pro League games, and that ended up being absolutely pivotal in terms of their hopes of keeping pace with Al-Hilal early on. Here's Ronaldo, central to this attack. Got it away from Koulibaly to Otavio. It's into Brozovic. Blocked behind by Al-Bulahi.
Job tonight. Cristiano Ronaldo looks up for it. Fast feet, tries to get it out of his feet. He's looking for the shot again. Another corner for Al-Nassr. Started really well, haven't they? On the front foot. It's just a question if they can keep this up.
Well, they've got to get us pressure. Brozovic close to Ronaldo, but Koulibaly was there, helped on by Al-Dawsawi. Well, you don't have one of the great unbeaten runs in world club football at the moment unless you have something about you. Jorge Jesus' side regularly fall behind and they regularly find a way.
It's certainly not a situation that they're unfamiliar with, is it? And it certainly won't faze them, but they do. They look shaken the way that Al-Nassr have started. They look vulnerable, let's say, in this early stage of the game. That I haven't seen them like that for a while.
You think back to the Super Cup this season when Al-Nassr took an early lead, and then in the second half, the champions hit the gas. That one ended up usually big defeat in their favour. It was 4-1. Now those interested in that. Bonu back after a couple of games out. That's anyway.
goalkeeper reads it well. You can see out that the assistant referee on this near side has put his flag up. Cristiano Ronaldo tries to make a game of it. Goalkeeper knows that he's offside though. Just need to get a little bit of possession. Al-Hilal take the sting out of the game.
Mitrović. A little bit of confusion there twixt defender and goalkeeper. And in the end, Bento takes responsibility, but that was clumsy and that was nervy.
I think that's the word, nervy. Communication there between goalkeeper and Al-Kabari there, central midfielder, defender midfield. Keeper actually keeps a cool head, keeps the ball in, plays the ball out from the back, but it's the lack of communication between defender and defensive midfielder there nearly cost them in the confusion.
Lodi. Al-Nassr. Over a late penalty that would have taken it to extra time and possibly to penalties. So it's been a bad week, but this has been a good start.
You can see they've clearly worked. Obviously the manager's not had a lot of time on the training ground because of the fixtures that they've had since last weekend, but he's set them up. And what you picked out before the game about the way the team's set up and the team selection, it's the same as the team that last won a league game here. So it's something that he's reverted to. He trusts his team, it's tried and tested, but it's the attitude and the application that they've come out with that's really impressed me thus far.
Yeah, spotlight on the manager, although it's very early. Only last time that he dropped points. Other than that, it was all wins, starting with a thumping win in Al-Hilal after Luis Castro was relieved of his duties. They're still unbeaten, but too many draws. The reason that there is that daunting-looking 6-point gap between themselves and the league leaders. Brozovic takes. Here's Simakan. Al-Bulahi is back there. This is Otavio. He felt he was fouled by Milinkovic-Savic. So did our German referee.
Brings him down, does catch him. The referee's on the spot, makes the right free as he tries to get his body in between. Just puts his left arm across Otavio's shoulder. Interesting tonight to watch Talisca and Ronaldo. Actually, when we've seen these early stages, we're still 15 minutes into the game, but actually it's Talisca who's playing more advanced at times, and Ronaldo's in that number 10 role, in and around him, picking up the pieces, and that's where the goal from timed, making runs in behind this back four.
So stands over this one, the Al-Nassr captain. Ronaldo. Clipped in for Simakan. Chance.
Brilliant delivery by Cristiano Ronaldo, what we would expect. Simakan times his run almost, and the header's just behind him. He just can't get enough purchase on it to hit the target. But again, another opportunity for Al-Nassr.
Still looking for his first goal since he made the move. RB Leipzig, Simakan. £40 million from the Bundesliga to the Russian Saudi Pro League. He has not missed a step. Missed a header, not a step.
Looks strong, doesn't he? Yeah. Looks a real fit in this back four alongside Laporte. I think they're a really good pair in these two. Simakan as well, just another example of younger players. I mean, only 24 years old, French international under 21 level. The younger players, the talent that's coming into this league now, you can see.
Jorge Jesus and Al-Hilal decided to leave another one who come into that category on the bench tonight, the young Brazilian Leonardo, who was brought in from Benfica in the summer. I'm sure we'll see him at some point.
Surprised they left him out tonight. Shanti on the right-hand side, as Leonardo's been playing the last 2 or 3 games. Real quality.
Free kick.
few high boots in there that could have caught the attention. Felix Zweig.
Just leaning over him on the back of the head. He's been on the spot tonight so far, the referee. Made some quick decisions and correct decisions.
That's a good touch by Al Ghanam. Al Darsawi back there, he's beyond two. Malcolm away. Simikan perfectly positioned.
Reads the game well, Simikan. That's what he's very good at. Knows exactly where his opponent is, just on his shoulder. Reads the game well and tidies things up very nicely for his team.
Talisca got a nudge in the back there from Ali Al-Bulahi. Two players down here for Al-Hilal. Mané tried to let it run. It hit Cancelo. Mané offside anyway.
There's another example there in the midfield. Brozovic snapping into challenges. Mané just strays offside at the top of your screen, but it's Brozovic who wins the ball back, and the first thought from Otavio, ball over the top into Mané. Everything in the midfield, the first to every ball so far, Al-Nassr.
Well, one factor, Paul, we haven't mentioned yet tonight is the absence of a key cog in Al-Hilal's midfield machine, and that is Ruben Neves, the Portuguese international. He's going to be out for the best part of a month with injury. Mohamed Kano is the one who has to deputise, but doesn't have quite the same skill set, does he?
As you say, there'll be big boots to fill for Kano in there alongside Milinkovic tonight.
Yeah, he hardly missed a minute in his first season in this league last time out, but he's going to miss a fair few over the next few weeks. Simikan, up on by Otavio. There's Al-Bulahi for Al-Hilal. Lodi. Decisive by Al-Khaibari, but it's Lodi here for the visitors. Brozovic, full of big game experience, but as he sought Ronaldo there, he didn't quite pick the right pass.
No, it was a waste from Brozovic, but it's a pass that they've used 2 or 3 times in this game. One prior to that where Sadio Mané was offside, Talisca's goal in away from Otavio. That ball from right to left and the running behind, it's something that they're clearly looking for.
Mitrović leads the way in the Saudi Pro League scoring charts. Aleksandar Mitrović 4 goals ahead of Cristiano Ronaldo, cup-carrying Benzema, who missed the derby in Jeddah last night due to injury, but his side still prevailed. Al-Ittihad just the one defeat this season, and that came to Al-Hilal. Malcolm has had the best moment in an attacking sense so far for Al-Hilal, who play tonight in their change kit of white. Last season when they came here, they played in black. Last season they trailed here early on. This season, Brozovic collects the match's first yellow card.
The intent in midfield, the sharpness, trying to win the ball back, just a little bit overzealous that time.
Laporte, European champion with Spain in the summer. Mané up against tonight his great friend and international teammate Kalidou Koulibaly. And here is Mané. Koulibaly will leave him and take up a central position. Bouchal. Al-Khaibari. Laporte that's picked off well. Mohamed Kano was the one who broke that up, but Milinković-Savić will be a free kick. He looked a little nervously, that ends up on the deck.
Just tries to stop himself at the last. Al-Kabari there.
Front foot way in which they've approached this match, Al-Nassr, given the fact that Brozovic has just been booked, they can ill afford another midfielder to be walking a disciplinary tightrope. Here's Malcolm, sharply into Mitrović. Wide here to Al-Nassr. Slid into Malcolm. Really.
And that's what they do, Al-Hilal. They don't panic, they stay strong.
Toes of the Brazilian Malcolm.
Malcolm gets a chance there, creates a chance, gets a cut.
Al-Hilal's first corner of the evening. It's to Renan Lodi. Good block by Otavio. Defence. You can smell danger here. Lodi into Milinković-Savić. Laporte up, but not away yet. Simikan down under pressure from Milinković-Savić. And pressure relieved with a free kick for Al-Nassr.
That's really click on the centre-half. He knows that Milinković is a big, strong threat to him, so he gets his body the right side, and he just invites Milinković to lean into him with foul and stops the pressure. This is the goal. Brozovic into Otavio. First time pass, brilliant pass into Talisca. First touch is fantastic, opens up the whole goal. He's still got so much to do when he has that touch. Pulls it wide of the goalkeeper, hits it into the ground, finds the bottom right-hand corner and gives Al-Nassr the perfect start to this game.
Been around a while now, Talisca, but the last league that Al-Nassr were able to beat Al-Hilal, he was on the score sheet. That was here in December 2021. Ronaldo appeared to come off the hand of Al-Khattani. Indeed it did. Free kick.
It's looking at Ronaldo. He makes the wrong decision. He tries to flick it around Al-Khattani. Puts his shoulder up. Referee deems it a handball. Another opportunity for an Al-Nassr set play.
Good things, who will deliver this one. World Cup finalist with Croatia, nearly 100 caps for his country. Clipped in by Otavio, Brozovic.
It's that through ball again, the ball over the top, in behind this Al-Hilal defence. Otavio, once again.
Noise cascading down from both the home and away ends here at Al Awal Park. Really fizzy start to this match, just past the halfway point of this first half. Al-Dawsawi, who loves scoring against Al-Nassr. Simikan adjudged to have got the ball. Mané can find Ronaldo. There was a day a few years ago where Ronaldo would have hit the accelerator there, but his advancing years, he needed some help and had to go back in order to get it.
I think he knows his game now, Cristiano Ronaldo, doesn't he? Where is that in his career? Very clever, intelligent footballer. The fitness levels that he's been able to maintain and the level that he's played, and his numbers, his stats, his goals, his running figures, incredible. Nothing short of incredible.
Up to the 907 goals now. He knows it should have been 908, missing that penalty late on here in the cup defeat against Al Tawoun. Now Malcolm has a bit of space here for Al-Hilal. He has support from Al-Dawsawi, who goes for a curler, and that was not a million miles away.
Times have we seen that from Al-Dawsawi. Gets the ball out of his feet onto his favoured right foot, sends a whipping, dipping. The Al-Hilal, they won't panic. They'll try and work their way back into the game. Even if they're not playing well, they'll try and build, they'll try and create things from midfield, and the threat that they pose is obvious.
Well, he went close there, Salam Al-Dawsawi. In the 14 years that he's been playing for the Al-Hilal first team. He's played against Al-Nassr 20 times. He's scored 8 goals. No one has scored more goals against them in that time than he has. Al-Khattani thought he was away. The Port went in with the challenge. It's going to be a freak in that.
Looks sharp, Al-Khattani on that right-hand side, on his left foot. Comes inside, takes a couple of players on. loses control of it, goes looking for the free kick.
Just his third league start of the season. One of the younger players.
That's the only surprise really in the teams tonight, isn't it? When the teams came out that he was playing Al-Kantani instead of Leonardo, who has been playing. Big call from the manager. Two young players, two quality young players, exciting young players for the...
Yes, you look at the position that Malcolm is playing centrally tonight. Maybe that's the reason for it. He wanted him more in support of Mitrović in that part of the pitch. Milinković-Savić. Al-Kantani. Cancelo. By Al-Dassawi. Lodi couldn't hold it, but Al-Dassawi will collect. It's away by Bouchal. Tavio didn't quite get enough on that. So Renan Lodi, the Brazilian fullback, curls an inviting one just beyond the head of Mitrović.
It's a great ball in by the Brazilian Lodi. Left back, how many times do we see that? Lodi cross into Mitrović. That's what Mitrović is great at. He's so dangerous in the box, balls flighted in. Very well rehearsed, this Al-Hilal team. They know how to play to Mitrovic's strengths.
Two of the great current goal scorers in the Saudi Pro League on show here. Ronaldo's numbers, Mitrović, but he's got similarly impressive numbers, more goals than games, 39 in 36 he has. Ronaldo with the gold boot last season, that's about all he won. 35 Saudi Pro League goals. Mitrović leading the way. This, another intriguing ingredient to this one. Al-Dassawi beyond the slipping Simakan, but wide of the Al-Nassr goal.
But you feel they're creeping back into this now. Al-Nassr, they feel they've ridden their storm now. Al-Hilal, really good interchange there between Mitrović and Al-Dassawi. A 1-2. Simakan slips, but he's actually quite clever. He sticks his right arm out without making contact. That just comes into Al-Dassawi's eye line, just puts him off ever so slightly.
Got in your team the likes of Laporte, the likes of Brozovic, the likes of Mane and Ronaldo. You don't like to go into a match as underdogs on your own patch, but that's the role in which Al-Nassr find themselves cast tonight. They know they have in front of them a night that could transform their season, or a night their distant title hopes could fade further into the distance, almost perhaps disappear over the horizon. Third of the way through, and still they lead by that first minute Talisca goal. Mane. Ronaldo waits to his left. Brozovic went down off the ball. A blur of feet from Cristiano Ronaldo. Now Mane. Bouchal. Otavio, who set up the early Talisca goal.
Took a bit too much time there, Otavio. As team a set play, no option. Get him set going. With the light game, pressed high, won the ball in some really good areas, and created the best chances of the game.
Al-Ghana. Ronaldo off balance. And up goes the flag.
Al-Ghanam it was, off the throw in 1-2. He's looking across the line, he shouldn't be offside, but he does really well. Even though he's offside, flights the ball in over Cristiano Ronaldo's head. But Al-Ghanam 1-2 off the throw, and he's looking all the way down the line. He shouldn't be offside in that position. Asking too much of Cristiano Ronaldo, but it wouldn't have counted.
The header from Mane. The high spirit from Ronaldo. Kalidou Koulibaly, play on, says the German referee Felix Zweier. Malcolm. Al-Nassr. Lodi. Almost stole. Cano just about recovered his composure and maintained possession.
Yeah, the two at midfield for Al-Hilal, Cano and Milinković, have not liked the early pressure. They've not liked being challenged. And again there, Cano almost losing possession to Talisca to the quick challenge.
Malcolm. Back to Mitrović. Mitrović thought about it, but thought better of it. Milinković, Savic. Al-Qahtani. Kept himself onside. Down he goes under the somewhat agricultural challenge of Nawaf Bouchal.
He didn't disguise that one very well, Bouchal, did he? I think there was no doubt in the referee's mind that that was a free kick. Decent ball over the top by Milinković. Opportunity now for Al-Hilal. Set play in a dangerous position. Send Koulibaly forward. Two giant centre midfielders, both over 6'3". Cano.
Brozovic at the near post. Al-Nassr got under it, and over it flies.
You can see it's a set play that his team have worked on. Near post delivery, quite clicking for Al-Hilal yet, but they're not panicking, as we said, with credible run that they're on.
Protocols need to be followed, and indeed they are. Rush by Brozovic.
You feel it's just settled, don't you, the game a little bit now? The early pace and the early pressure from Al-Nassr. Al-Hilal have taken this thing out of the game, getting a little bit of possession, starting to create chances of their own. Game's becoming a little bit more balanced.
Bulai into Malcolm. Brozovic knows he's on a yellow card and can't go in too lustily. Al-Qahtani. Al-Nassr popping up on the right-hand side for Al-Hilal, which almost surprised the hosts. They've got it away for a throw.
He does that well, Al-Nassr. Been doing it for so long now. Drifts into the middle of midfield, drifts onto the right-hand side, pops up where the opposition are least expecting him.
In terms of conditions in the city of Riyadh tonight, it's a comparatively cool evening. It is, if you are going to try and maintain a high-octane approach like that with which Al-Nassr started. It's a night where you could possibly do that. No need for a cooling break tonight, such as we saw in the Jeddah derby last night. Half-time. Well, Bento, decent distance, but sent back in there. Mitrović! Up goes the flag. A swift and what looked from where we are a correct decision. Equalising goal.
Assistant referee's flag goes up immediately as this ball's returned into the box. It's the flick on there from Koulibaly. Mitrović, a right shoulder and half a body offside, gets the wrong side of Simikan, does what he does best. There was no doubt in what was going to happen. He was going to finish it, but he did just find himself offside. They'll have a quick VAR, to be very quick. He was offside, Mitrović. The assistant got that one right very quickly.
Christian Dingat, the VAR tonight. And on we go. Tavia. Really nice feel to this match. So many twists and turns ahead of us before we finish here in the capital tonight.
Cancelo. Brozovic almost stole, caught Milinković-Savić.
I think that's the area of the pitch tonight that you need to keep an eye on. That's where it's going to be one or two holding midfielders for each side. Cano and Milinković there, Brozovic and Al-Khaibari for the home side. That battle's one really worth watching. We know that Brozovic has been booked. The two holding midfielders of each side snapping into challenges. I'd say Al-Nassr at the moment with Al-Khaibari and Brozovic are getting the better of that. Cano and Milinković, they're not the lack of time that they're getting on the ball. Talisca as well dropping in and helping his two defensive midfielders.
Al-Dawsawi giving Lodi a challenge, gets the better of Otavio, fights back well. The Brazilian duel, Saudi Arabian soil. Ronaldo. Bouchal can bring it forward. Mané. Khaibari, Mané, and now Brozovic. Khaibari looking for Mané. Trial Cancelo. Oh, Mané very well from Premier League days with Manchester, Liverpool respectively. How's the Senegalese?
Mané, his strength holds off Cancelo. Got some CV, Cancelo, hasn't he? When you look at the clubs that he's played for, Valencia, Inter, Juve, Man City, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, still only 30 years of age. Incredible CV.
Al-Khaibari. Brozovic seeking Mané. João Cancelo. It's always a stride ahead of him. Talisca misjudged that. Well won back by Otavio into Talisca. He may be offside, but he might just finish anyway, which he does. And up goes the flag. No one's told him. I think he's getting the message now, though.
He's asking the crowd behind the goal what's going on. I think he's just realised that he's done a really big knee slide and a celebration on his own, and he's the loneliest man in the stadium. First instinct was initially offside, but again it's the turnover possession, the quickness that Al-Nassr win the ball back. He is offside, clearly offside. Decent ball again by Otavio, in behind. Talisca does well to hold off Koulibaly, but then off he goes for his celebration with nobody else, unfortunately. It's a good celebration, and it's a good finish. Unfortunately, offside again.
His lap of honour is now complete. He's back out there. And Malcolm on the ball here. Tracked by Simichan. Closing stages of this first half. The goal came early from Talisca. Al-Qahtani for Al-Hilal. João Cancelo. It'll be a yellow card for Mané for the challenge earlier on in the move.
Yeah, he caught Malcolm there. Double Sadio Mané. That's something that the manager's worked on. Those quick challenges. Sadio, that's a nasty one. Sadio Mané's left shin comes into contact with Malcolm. Real nasty collision in the midfield. You can see he's in some pain. That has been a feature of Al-Nassr's start to this game. Those quick challenges, trying to win the ball back in midfield. Mané there just a little bit too much, a little bit too hard in the tackle. He's clearly caused some pain there for Malcolm.
For Sadio Mané, but prolonged treatment for Malcolm.
Yeah, it did look at nasty coming together. I don't think real intent there from Sadio Mané. He just catches him late. Malcolm turns into Mané. He puts his left foot across, tries to stop the ball with his right foot. It's actually his trailing leg, Mané. If you watch his left foot, it's that one that catches Malcolm. And he just twists his knee. It's Mané's foot that's planted. Painful one for Malcolm.
Yeah, it doesn't get better on moving freely. Brozovic protecting that near post again. Chance to reload for Al-Qahtani and for Al-Hilal. Joao Cancelo. Al-Qahtani. Cancelo to Cano. Al-Qahtani. Mané picks his pockets. Intent just to get Al-Nassr up the pitch after having to soak up a little bit of a spell of pressure. 3 added minutes, and we're into that now.
That ball from Mané there tells you exactly where Al-Nassr are at the moment. They can't wait for that half-time whistle. They'll be quite happy to go down that tunnel with a 1-0 lead after working extremely hard in this first half.
Ronaldo with a chance to steal. Went in a little bit too heavily, though, on Joao Cancelo, his compatriot and international teammate. And a yellow card for Cristiano Ronaldo in first half stoppage time.
It's the trailing leg again in the challenge. Cristiano Ronaldo's right leg makes the challenge with his left, but it's right leg that follows it in, which is the one that commits the foul on Cancelo. Gets him the yellow card. He's not happy about it. But listen, I think the referee's had a decent first half. I think he's refereed this well. He's given out 3 yellow cards to the home team.
Joao Cancelo to Al-Qahtani. Malcolm, Mitrović. Slip from Malcolm. Coming on strong as we approach the break, Al-Hilal. Mitrović. Brozovic. Otavio. Ronaldo's away. There was a chance to play him in. Talisca. And Al-Nassr come down the right. Now Brozovic. Mané. Given away carelessly. And who knows, it may yet be costly. Al-Qahtani. Tracked by Al-Kabari. That'll be a throw into Al-Hilal. Joao Cancelo. That hit Mané, and it's decked Mané. He'll need a little bit of attention in the dying seconds before he makes the break. That was hit firmly. He'll have felt that one, Sadio Mané. And there we go. That's that. Half-time in the capital derby and the home side lead. It's a match they quite simply have to win to keep their title hopes alive, and at half-time they're halfway there. Al-Nassr 1, Al-Hilal 0.